Alright, people. Hello again. This is going to be an update, and we're going to be talking about the whole or overall market in this one. So, let me find it. I don't know why we're in the 1 minute. Let me get a recap real quick. You guys remember when we were around, like down here? Where were we? 397, probably around right here. And people were trying to decide what's the market going to do because of past experiences. 1, 2, so on, 3, 4. There was a good reason that people thought we were going to go down, and I don't predict the market. I just kind of react to what it does. But I chose to react on it going up because of the indicators I was getting. Okay, and what we got was came down, came back up, broke over. Little day we traded. We closed above that, got a little support, and then here we are now chilling at 404, 403 in the after hours. So now I want to try to see if we can guess where this is going to go. Yeah, my line is still drawn at 4683 it's been there for probably months. It's key level, but mainly because of the time that we made our last high in December. So we're gonna look at what we're gonna get going here. So a lot of people might be thinking, you got PCE numbers coming in tomorrow, which is, I think it's price consumer estimates or something like that. It's stuff dealing with inflation, and people are thinking that we're gonna get a hot number, and we could get a hot number. I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool that you can actually look at charts and it'll tell you kind of the news. If you've heard people say that and you didn't understand, it's like people are already, when news and information comes out, and how they like, oh, this is the first time anybody's ever heard it is on this news show. No, 9 times out of 10, people that got the information beforehand, sorry to say it, but they've already told someone, and that person's told someone, and that person's told someone. So word gets out before you find out. And that's one of the biggest things with, as being a retail, is that we get our information slower and later than what, I guess you would call, institutions and everybody else who's plugged in, let's say that. And on top of that, the data that you get now is is even worse because you can't even really trust it, right? Because inflation numbers are coming in. I have no idea how they're getting these numbers, okay? Because if you go out and you buy your own groceries and you do your shopping, you completely understand that inflation is way higher than what these numbers are coming in. And a lot of people don't even really tune in. If you ask a lot of people who's J Powell, they'll be like, oh, I have no idea, And, that's kind of nothing new. It's just one of those things that I always laugh at. Everybody's always talking about voting, this, and that, but nobody, or the economy's bad and this is terrible. But, they can't even explain to you what GDP is, or, how it's calculated, or what 2, 3, 4 negative quarters of GDP translates to. They can't tell you that. So, don't mind rant. So we're gonna figure out, the last video I put out, I can see a head and shoulders here. I can see a left shoulder right here, I can see a head right here, and I can see a right shoulder. I tried to measure this move out before. It puts you somewhere in the 426s, high up there, So this is what you got so far, and this actually broke out of that. So you got some room to run, right? Technically. But technically you don't know, because this is weird time. Okay, and I've told you this before. I'm not on here talking about, oh, the bear market is over, because it's definitely not. You're still in a downtrend. Could you break out and then come back and retest and then have continuation and have proof of a bottom? Yeah, you could, but based off of the economy and everything going on, you're And let me paraphrase everything going on. There's stuff that hasn't played out yet. Like bank liquidity issues, and let me tell you something else about this market right now. I've been gone for 2 days because I was going to be more frequent, but there's something that happened around 2 days ago when the market, it just it's like it wasn't moving. It was like it was frozen. And I get that there's boring days and down days, but when you've been doing this long enough and you've been in here long enough, you can tell. Just like you can, you see a little pattern here. You can find out that we're in a channel going down. You can also tell when something's off and when something isn't off. At least I think I can. I feel like, I hope other people are like that, and I'm just not crazy. But it was like frozen, and I didn't know what was going on or what had happened. But it was like all across Wall Street, it was just like moving stagnant. And then I didn't find out until later on, probably like 3 or 4 hours after the market closed, that there was halts on 84 stocks across the big board. And it wasn't just like, your shorted plays, your memes or nothing. No, it was like J.P. Morgan. It was Walmart. It was Carvana. It was all kinds of stocks. And it happened around 9:45 to 10. And it was just weird. So that kind of threw me for a loop for about a good day or so, because it still feels like it's there. It still feels like it's lulling. So there's been speculations on what's going on. I don't want to speculate on it because we'll be here for another 30 minutes and we probably won't even be in the market. We'll probably be talking about pending bank crisis or whatever. But either way, those are important things to keep your eye on. I just thought that I'd tell you guys about that because I don't know, it's been bugging me. So I thought I'd give you guys an update on what I see in the spot. So back to what I'm saying. This is not going to, I don't think this is going to like just be like, oh, dark times are done. We're about to go see all-time highs in the next year. No, I told you guys in the beginning. I think that it's gonna trap people. This is what this is doing. Okay, because everybody thought that we were going down here, and good reason to think that, but we didn't. Okay, we broke out, had some consolidation, tested above the channel, closed one day above it. Look at this. Like the whole week we've been trading above this, above it. Okay. So what you're gonna get is now you're starting to hear people talk about, it's over. Bear market is over. That they're switching in, that they're coming in. And this is what I told you, is this is what they want you to do, and it's okay because there's money in this, but you just got to be aware, that this is, I don't, you got to understand where you are. You got to understand what's going on, and then you got to add it all together. Because I think they're gonna take you up to a point, and then in the next 2 weeks, I'm not gonna tell you what I think it is. I'll save that, but I'll tell you the date. I think it's gonna be February 7th. And now that's, yes, it's predicting the market, but I'm just saying February 7th. There's a company reporting their earnings, and it's a bank, and that bank is, I don't know how they're still afloat. They're like dead man's walking, but when these big crashes happen, right, or the signal to down or whatever, this is gonna be a while. If it comes back down and it goes off that news, listen, it's gonna, this thing's probably gonna lose like that week, probably not even that day, but that day leading into next week, you're probably talking about 15-20% shed it off the spot in that time frame. Okay, maybe a day. I mean, that'd be crazy, but for sure in the weeks, after that, then you're gonna get the realism coming in. Then you're gonna get the real fact. But what I think is going on is it's between, you got some crazy cataclysmic stuff going on between country to country. And I don't think any country actually wants to take credit, like the top ones. America, China, you know, and so on. But that's really with the two main ones. They're gonna blame it on this bank. And I don't know if the country itself is gonna get blamed on it, but I'm not really sure they can do anything about it themselves because they're kind of, you know, you can't really say, no, we didn't. Reality, this whole mess started with China and America. China first because they had their Evergrande situation that is just a whole blanket is over that, and then America because you have some weird stuff here. Okay, like everybody has money or says they have money, they don't have money. Ever since the March 2020 when that stuff came about, they were given a ton of money, okay, and they made bad bets with it. Yeah, you're seeing some people have breaking records, Citadel breaking records. Yeah, that's fine. He's a genius. There's a lot of them that are geniuses that figured out how to make money and not really be at risk. But you can't say the same for the banks, okay? Not only that, but I played bank earnings probably 2 weeks ago because credit card usage has been going up and up and up. Okay, that's another reason why most people don't feel, um, recession, or if you want to say it or not, high inflation. They don't feel it because they have credit cards, and credit card limits and uses have been skyrocketing highest ever before. So I played those earnings. Okay, now this bank, no, I don't think they're gonna have that. Could they bounce back with some crazy stuff? Yeah, if they do, and we might have to come back to this and talk about the SPY going even higher, because I don't. It's gonna take something else to bring it down. Now that we got that fun part out the way, let's check out the main catalyst for the reason why I got in here. Something I noticed in the SVXY, which is, like I said, it's the inverse of the VIX. VIX goes down, market goes up. SVX goes up, market goes up. This 63.14 level, right? I remember when we were over here, we were right here, okay? And I had said, if they can keep this, then they could keep going. We bounced down, and that was when the SPY bounced down. Then we came back up, and then it just busted through. Okay, so these are all measured moves, by the way. This measured move is still, look at this. This is a monster. If I was able to hold out this whole thing, which is cool because it was still good, but that's over 2 months that it took that thing to move out. Nice for future reference. On the 1 day, patterns that take place on this normally take around a month to 2 months. Now I know. So probably longer because it's looking like it's gonna go higher. So that's why we're here and that's why we're talking. Check this out. So I saw it bounce up, get past my last little area, and then it was running. And then today it ran up to 65.22. It's down in after hours. It's 64.97, but it's in this. I found a little pattern, right? Is that better? Let's see. Maybe 5 minutes would be better. That's better. That's better. Now I pulled this down earlier because I'm always seeing like maybe this is when they pull us, but this isn't that big of a move to get us to where we need to be. I don't think. I think what you're gonna get out of this, honestly, is you're probably gonna get this thing to break up there, okay? And let me tell you, if that thing breaks, that's 66. If that thing breaks right there, that 420 area I showed you on the SPY, you might get very close to that. My 406 little indicator, it might break above that, come back down, touch base on its head, and then take off to 420s, 14, for whatever. High 410s is what I'll say. You'll get high 410s. High 420s would be, um, like I said, it measured out the move, but I don't think that it's going up to 420. That'll be the ultimate, that'll be the ultimate rug pull. Because the ultimate head fake, because everybody will be in there. It would be talked about. You would have a slaughter. Okay, anybody with short positions now that's been accumulating and accumulating and accumulating as it goes up, just scaling in there, you would get washed away. You get washed away, and it would be a big move too. I'm not even joking. Okay, so the dollar. So we're gonna check out next because I remember I said that we need this thing below. Please don't pay attention to that. I got really crazy with all these drawings, but that 102. That 102 level was very important, right? If we get below 102, SVXY is above 63.14, and you get Bitcoin at least at the time, it was around 22.8, I think, 22.8 that I wanted it to be at for us to keep running. This spells run. Now this right here, what's going on in this dollar is interesting, and I actually have on my paper trading account, right? I actually have some put contracts, right, on this thing to go down to, not the DXY, because I gotta play the UUP. It won't let me play DXY. Wow, as far as I know, you can't play the DXY with options. Um, so I want this thing to go down to where it is down here, 27.35. Particularly, I'm looking for this level, 27.33, right? But it's so strong. it's got strength to it. Like every time it gets pushed down, it gets rocketed up like 20, 30 cents. Just like craziness, and it's almost foretelling. It's like the SPY's up here at these levels, but the dollar really doesn't want it at those levels. They don't. It's either that or the dollar's about to take a tumble, and it is just, mm, some people could call this an accumulation phase. I call it just, I call it fear. I call it fear and I call it uncertainty. Like a lot of people don't know what's going on. I know a lot of banks have been, and companies, if you think about it, because they've been firing people, right? But they're having great earnings. Why? I mean, because they're getting prepared. Okay, banks are literally harvesting cash. They don't hold cash. That's a liability. It's supposed to be a liability on their balance sheet. But what are they doing? They're holding it. I know how banks works. They take your money, then they go buy the bonds, and then so on and so on and so on. That's how money works. Money's weird. Some people say it's a Ponzi scheme. I don't really care what it is. It is what it is, and it's not gonna change. Besides, maybe fiat, right? Because fiat's definitely going to digital. A lot of people don't believe that. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. And another thing, we're gonna talk about Bitcoin too. All right, but short thing on this is the XY. It's underneath 102. Market still has SVXY is above 6314. Market has room to run. Now we got to check out our buddy Bitcoin, right? Because I actually have some. I know people like Mara. I do now. That's Riot just can't get his stuff together. But I do have some riot calls out there because I do think that this Bitcoin is probably gonna go crazy in a little bit, right? So let me show you why a little bit. Okay, I remember when the move chart it was about what was it? It was this one right here. Was it? Let me go back one more. Yeah, it was that one right there. Okay, because we had broke out of my big drawing here of a big target. Some people didn't go back to this. Some people went right there or to there and got you a smaller move, and you'd probably be up at your move or a little bit higher than it. That's fine. Either way, you get the right direction. So the initial target is taking this thing around 27,000, which if I don't, again, the VWAP is on here, but it's right around 28, 29, 30. I think 28, 29 is where it bangs its head. So 27, 28, 29 in that range. This 200 is somewhere up here. And that's where this move is telling it to go. And if you have that big move on the SPY to the 420s, that's where this thing is going to go. And this might be foretelling because this might run first to tell you that, hey, we're going up here because this is how I've been using it, right? So we broke out of that, right? And then we had this move. And I said when we were coming down, we were right in here, but it had given me indication that it was going to break down instead of breaking up. And we were talking about, yeah, I was like, oh, it's probably gonna come down to 21.8 or 28. Yeah, 20, 28, 26. Where is it? Yeah, here's my little indication. Let me take it out of here. Oh, where it was gonna probably go. Right down here. It went just about there, like a hairline fracture off, but still there. Notice that it was doing this little thing, bouncing off this resistance. Okay, keep informed, keep informed. And then, out of nowhere, it came right back up to this. And once it crossed this, I had a good feeling it would be alright. Went up, market went up. Okay, then it's in a big giant channel right now. And you can chart the stuff off the channel, but that's it's more personal intrigue, honestly. Either way, this is where we are now, right? What is this? I have no idea what this is. Can you chart this? Yes, you could easily go probably through here. Yeah, you probably go off the big dog and go all the way down and be like, oh, well, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. You could go off the big dog. I don't really want to go off the big dog, man. I'm all about the underdog. Okay. About right there. make this nice in case y'all have OCD. If you have OCD, you probably already turned this off. Yeah, there's stuff going everywhere. But another little thing, this whole measure move right here from this whole channel breakout, and yeah, did I get this probably wrong? Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Either way, this was kind of slanted, but where'd we go? We went up here. We had the move. We played it out, right? Charts don't work. Yes, they do. Charts don't tell you everything. Sometimes there's stuff behind the scenes. There's always stuff behind the scenes. Let me get that right. But either way, I'm not behind. I don't know anyone behind the scenes, so I gotta just work with what I got. Play your cards, right? So let's say that this is technically that move, right? We're either gonna need a break down or a break up. I don't really care which way. Let's measure it from right here. I would say peak to trough, but I feel like that's not for me to say. Okay, so what do we get? We break down, we go back in here. We're gonna be back in this channel. Probably gonna come down to 22.3. Maybe test it, maybe bounce back up and get us out of here again. Maybe not. Maybe this is the end of that run. Fair. Either way, it's fair. Now, if you bounce off of that bad boy, reclaim that little moving average, right? And you break out of this, you'll be at 23.3. Okay, which I'm pretty sure is going to turn to another pattern, and then eventually this big giant guy is going to come into play. I could measure this move from going way up here, right, to probably, no, I don't think that you can do that. Not yet. I feel like it's going to break out, make this little move, and then you'll be able to take this into account. I'll make a video on that if it happens. But you need this to run too, okay? And I don't, the only place that this thing is going to go to get us, I mean, to get that little move that you want, you 27,000, man. And I don't think that it's gonna have any more of these little hiccups. I think this is it. You're running out of time. They're running out of time to do what they gotta do. They're gonna have to pay people. They're gonna have to lose money if that's what it comes to. That's just how it is. If you wanna set out the play, you wanna do it how you're supposed to. You're gonna have to pay up, man. You're gonna have to run some stuff. Capitalize it on it. Join them on running it up. You know exactly when to get out, so just run it up and get out. It's easy peasy. So many games played, right? So that's what I think is going to happen for you guys to run up to this. Okay, you need Bitcoin to break out of 23. It's got to go to like 23 now. Honestly, it's got to have its move. It's got to have the move. All right, that's what we're calling it. The move from 23 to 27. It's got to have it in about, I don't know, maybe a day's time. It's got to have a 7 to 10% move. That's what you need to get people into this market and to believe me. And then have it, run off a little bit in the next week into February 7th. And then we'll discuss that, right? That's what's going to happen to get this spot to go up. But this is looking good. Okay, it broke out of that. I'm sure it's going to make another pattern here in a couple of days. But I think it might just keep running because of the PCE numbers. Again, I'm going to put that out right now. I don't know what they're gonna be, but if I could take a guess based off these charts, it's gonna be good. Okay, it's gonna be lower than expected. It's before it was just it hit expected, it's fine. No, it's gonna be lower than expected. That's what I think. And then based off these charts, and then it's gonna push your market up to everybody's talking about 408 being the next number. It's whatever. I'm still for 406, but you're probably gonna get a higher move than that. You probably get 410s out of that little number going on tomorrow. So you could have a nice day in the market tomorrow. Maybe not. It's a Friday, so it'll also be a determination. Okay, if they're normally on Fridays, what they do is it's nothing. It's a nothing day because market makers they try to take the neutral. They try to lose as much money as possible. So they try to pinpoint you into a place where they max pain. Have you ever heard of max pain? Go look it up. It's pretty interesting, and it might help you out when it comes to trading. Now, if they don't stick to max pain, and you get this thing to go up to 408, 409, 410, then know that it's in play. Know that they're actually committing. Know that they're about to let some stuff run. Know that it's about to go on. Now, quick thing before we go. All right, we talked about a couple of plays 2 days ago. GNS, if you're still in here, it was a great run. I say it was, but still, this is on the radar just in case. But I just want to say, some people talk about gaps, man. This isn't a majorly traded stock like that. I will say it's had like stupid amount of volume in here. So does it have to come down to $2.08 to, go up again? I don't think so. I'm sure people will use that if it goes down there. If it goes down there, it goes down there. This is on my watch right now because it's bouncing off I think it's the 1 day moving average. It's supposed to be about this isn't showing it right, but either way, it's on this 200. It's bouncing right off the 200. So if it keeps that and then it can go higher, yeah. But if not, then then no. But let's see what this little indicator says. Price crosses moving average. Yeah, see. So 628. 628 is also when it bounced its head. It bounced its head. When I talk about this moving average, this is I think it's the daily moving average that it's bouncing off of. No, it might be the 1 hour. Either I gotta check later and I'll update you guys because it's not showing on this. It shows on other apps, but doesn't show on this app. The ones I trade on. But either way, when it was running and it hit its head right on its real moving 200. If it would have crossed that, like I said, this when it crossed 563, there was nothing up here resistance wise besides the moving average, and I wouldn't even count that. I would just say that people were about to get annihilated in this trade. So what they've been doing is they basically, you guys, if you follow AMC, one of the great tricks that they have is they love to abuse the dark pools, man. So what they do is they take your orders, and they put them to the side. They put them to the side and they get the volume to go down, right? And then at the same time, what do? They hit you with a whole bunch of other plays that are running the same exact way, trying to get people to lose interest in the stock, to die out, to sell to them, and they take a loss when they're doing this too. Okay, because it takes money to do that. It takes money to keep up that game. All right, so will this have more legs to run? I don't know. We'll see. Like I don't predict it, but when you saw this thing line up, because it was charted pretty good. When you saw that break, let me show you. When you saw this break, you should have been out of there. I mean, you could technically still be in there right now. I understand if you got it in at a low price. I got in around right down here, okay, and I rode that up. I probably sold like right here, and that's fine, right? I thought, I sold. What I normally do is I take my initial investment out, but not the whole thing, right? The initial investments, then everything else is free. So then I sold the rest of it about right here, because I think it was like right here, right when it lost this, right when it did this kind of move, bounced off of this, went up, came back down, bounced, and I was like, okay, it's probably gonna keep dropping, and it did. So if it reclaims itself, I mean, it's got support before that. Maybe it'll get down there. I don't know. Don't care. Don't care. Make money both ways. There's other plays, right? So let's check out the other one. CRQZ, and I really like this play because, like I said, it's a Bitcoin mining play. Um, why do you have no? Oh, ZQ. My phone. Let's get that wrong. Like I said, BlackRock is in it heavily. It actually just raised. Let's see, what was it? 500 million. Yeah. Bitcoin miner Core Scientific raised 500 million from BlackRock, Apollo, other creditors. Now, be careful. Some of those guys suck at giving out money. I think Apollo is fine, but I feel like that's one of those names that had some trouble before, or maybe it's just the A. I'm thinking of Archegos, but still, either way, 500 million, right? Bitcoin miner, Bitcoin's going. I still think Bitcoin's got room to run. I think it's gonna run a little bit more. If it does, this might get something from it. Now they just had a creditors meeting today at like 10 a.m. I don't have any news on that right now. I might put out a video on it. Might not. Might put out a video just for Corzq. I will. Okay, if we go back up to 24, we cross 24. You cross this level, 2474. We cross that or close above 2474. I will make a specific Corzq video. This is gonna be my first one. I'll do all the lame stuff that your favorite YouTubers do, right? And break it down, get you pumped up. But what I will not do is buy and hold something for no reason. All right, I'm taking profits. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but given what happened the last 2 days, this halt stuff, the whole The market makers can do whatever they want. These institutions, these banks can do whatever they want, and there's no penalty. The SEC sucks. I don't know who the heck is afraid of them, but if you got a lot of money and you're on Wall Street, you're not afraid of the SEC. You probably laugh. You probably do a whole lot of things to the SEC, but that's the environment. This is the Wild West. This is the Wild West. So we gotta be cowboys up in here, okay? So we just go, we get ours, we see the bounty, we go hunt our bounty, dead or alive. If it says dead or alive, I'm not taking the chance for alive. You know why? Because the system is rigged against you for alive. And we all of life is rigged. So I don't know why that's a shock to a whole lot of people. It's kind of funny. It's just like I've been taught this since the day I was born. Okay, everything in life is rigged. You just gotta figure out how to play it. And right now, this is how to play it. That's just how it is. I'm not gonna whine about it. I just want to make more money. So it is what it is. But yeah, we close one day. Keep it above 24. I'll make you guys a video on this. But we were talked about this when it was around like 11, 12 cents. I remember it on here because I actually got my alerts to kick through. $12 is when it kicks through. Now look at this. Look at these alerts. $12. Look at it. Or 12 cents. My fault. I wish it was at $12. It's right on the head of this. Right on the head. Comes down. It's right in this MA. Right. Look at this big giant bubble. Look at this big giant buy. Look. That's for the next alert is 16 cents. Blast right through that. Where's this come down to? Where's this little candle would go to? Around 16 cents, right? Hmm. And where are we at now? We're kind of like in this trading range from 16 cents to 18 cents. You break 1883, you're starting to run again. That's all I'm going to say. You break 1883, you're starting to run again. Okay. Well, Bitcoin's starting to do its thing. Let's try harder. So, Genius, Corzq. There's another one that we talk. Oh, Hlbz. You poor thing. Alright, this bad boy was actually fun too. I think we were in here at like 35 cents is what I was talking about, but I got the alerts way down there. So around 35 cents. Where were you? Alright, right here when we were talking about it. Alright. Ended up breaking I don't remember what I said. I think it needs to break like 38 and then it goes to 43. You break 43, you're going to 53. Or 44, you're going to 53. Right? 50 what? 51, one kind of up there, but it didn't close, it didn't keep, right? They shut this one down just like they shut down the other one. Now this is just like GNS. Does it have legs? Look at this. It has a gap, right? That you can technically say it needs to fill around 22 cents. Fine, whatever. If that's real, then if this is one of those companies that a gap qualifies for. The SPY is legit. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. These things are legit on major indexes. But these kind of plays, I have no idea yet. It's not been tested. But either way, and it's actually moving right now. It's up 5% after hours. It's pretty sweet. But this one's on the watch list too. So just waiting on it. Just waiting on it. Where am I gonna jump back in? This bad boy, honestly, you gotta break that 53 cents for me to jump back in. I'm cool, because I sold out at probably, I want to say probably 38, 40 cents when it was coming back down. Always when it's coming back down. Initial investment up here, 50 cents. This is exactly where I sold out initial investment. I didn't know what it was going to do. So, but I wanted to take that ride up. That was fun. But I'm waiting to get back in. And it's got to go, I want it to go back above 50 cents. It's got to go back above 50 cents. I go in a little bit. It gets above 54 and it gets some legs, some volume. I'm back in there. Back in there for sure. So those are the ones on the watch. Maybe I can throw you guys another little one. This one I haven't even charted it out, but it popped up on my alerts because I guess it's been running and I just haven't taken part. But look at that. I guess it is. So maybe this is one on watch. I don't think anybody's talking about it. Let me see if I can get some news. It's got nothing. It's got nothing. What'd you close at, little guy? 40 cents? Cross this 41, you guys should keep your eyes on this. Drcr. I have no idea what it does or what it's into, but I'll check it out. Make sure you check it out too if you can get into it with your paper trading money, right? So, oh my lord, wait. We can get some action. This thing can run up to, oh, we already got it charted out. Let's go. Alright, guys, your next level is 54 cents on this after it breaks that again. So after it reclaims its high, look for a run up to 54 cents. Oh, look for its next resistance at 54 cents. If it can get through this little area of 54 to 71, and that would be the next level that it's got to break to. I'd say 54 and then once in the 60s and then the 70s. You break through 71, you break through that, you got $1 looking at you, because I don't really think that none of this is resistance. I think that's just there. Interesting. DRCR. I'll keep that one in check. So the main ones I'll do updates on. DRCR. DRCR is gonna be my main update. I'll give that to you guys for tomorrow. We'll see how it trades, but I'll give you that one. Now, if any of those HLBZ does its thing, cool. GNS that does its thing, cool. I'll say something. But CRQZ, Friday, if that's our day and it gets above 24 cents and it closes there, I got you with an update video. So I hope you enjoyed this. Keep your eye on Bitcoin, and again, remember, do not subscribe to this. This has got to be underground. I like it so far. It's not a lot of views, but I did crack 30, so I'll take that. That's 30 more than what it was 7 days ago. So peace out, guys.